Hey guys, this is TGuess, Module 3 Research Report. Here is my design statement. I am basically creating a new wearable technology to help find lost children during field trips. The current market of GPS trackers for children vary in shapes and sizes. You see a lot of these wristwatch styles, and you also see the clip-on style here. The best GPS trackers of 2017, if you notice, most of these are the shell type. Um, it's because with these style, you get a little bit more component space, which makes them a little bit stronger and work better. The price point on the top performer is 125, while the My Buddy tag at the number 10 is 37.99. This is a continuation of the ratings. The top performer, the Amber Alert GPS, the dimensions, the height on it is 2.8 inches tall. And also the price point on that is 125, and that might be kind of high for families with limited budgets. Component list, this is a standalone GPS module, very similar to this one here. And we have this cell phone with camera. Component study, again, I want to focus on the housing component size, the 40 millimeters by 70 millimeters. That's pretty big, especially if you're trying to design something for a wearable tech. So I'm looking ahead for in 5 years, in 2020, where is this size going to be? Classroom and field trip research. This is the average size of classrooms. In kindergarten, we have 22.55. In sixth grade, it goes up almost 27. I have two children, one in kindergarten, one in fifth grade, and they both have 23 in the class. Field trip safety. This is recommended for chaperones going on field trips, that they have a 12-to-1 ratio. And I also found it interesting that the field trip policies vary from school to school, and also the notice of waiver of all claims. That basically means if something goes wrong on the field trip, the school is not responsible. Field trip importance. So field trips are extremely educational, and they boost lifelong success. Here in the city, the kids go on absolutely amazing uh, field trips. Every time that they go, I try to volunteer to be a chaperone, not only to be with the kids, but just to see the places that they're going, because they go to some very unique places. What could go wrong? Missing children. I've been there when it happened. You know, we had a kid that he went to the bathroom, didn't tell anybody, and it was time to go. The child was gone for about 10 minutes, and all the chaperones, they were like, "What do we do?" And nobody really knew, because it's not something that happens that often, but it is something that happens. So this is designed for a split target market. Um, First, we have the educators, and the educators are going to be the ones that want to ensure the safety. They are all, this is just a background of who they are. You know, they all come from different places and have different stories. And then we have the children. These are the children are going to be the one actually wearing the product. So this is designed for kids ages 5 to 7, boys and girls. Um, and again, they're also very different. All have different backgrounds. This is the brands and the labels that they're into. This is a user scenario, just really quickly going through how a child can get lost, and how a product like mine could help return them back to the safe zone as fast as possible. Environments, children, they go on many different field trips, different locations, from planetariums to water parks to zoos. Next month, my child is going on an overnight field trip to camp. She's going camping, so that's another environment to add to this. Design goals. Um, you know, I'm designing this for the teachers and for the kids, but it's also, you know, it's not to be sold to the families. It's more intended to be sold to the schools, because families, you know, with that $125 uh, price point, that's kind of high, especially for something that might not get used that much. You know, I'm kind of over buying new tech until I really know I'm going to use it all the time. the fitness trackers, I went through that phase, and I went through a couple of them, and they weren't really for me. So with a product like this, if the school purchases it, it's not going to be intended for one child to use. It'll get passed from classroom to classroom, from year to year. So it really pushes the sustainability factor. Also, the aesthetics. I'm looking at not making this brightly colored, or you know or something that the kids are going to want to play with. More of something that can be attached to the child, that they wouldn't even really know it was there. And also, while it's on, it needs some sort of safety mechanism to make sure it stays on them. So I was thinking, looking at how the safety cap bottles work on pills, on the pill bottles. We could put them on, but a kindergartner would have trouble taking it off. This is another features and operations. Just goes through a quick scenario of how it works from the start to finish. Ergonomics, I have to really look at everything if I'm considering that this could be worn anywhere, from shoes to shirts to jackets, anything. And then also with jackets and outer garments, I have to think about, what are they going to be taking off? And if that's something that they do take off, that how do we make sure that the end user knows which garment to put it on? This is ergonomics continued. Component layout. So this is going back to the size. If you look at the housing, 70 by 40 millimeters, that's shrinking. It's going to get smaller. And here's a chart, the semiconductor manufacturing processes. It shows you how small the components are actually getting. And just if you look at 2001, 130 nanometers all the way to 2017, just in that 16-year frame, we have all the way down to 10. And then looking in the future, we have in 2020, 5 nanometers. So things are going to get smaller and smaller. So that's what I'm looking for in 2020. And my final design will be much smaller than this housing unit here. Also in this module, I'm submitting my initial concept sketches, ideation sketches. So, and then also with that, the form studies. So I look forward to your feedback on those, and thank you so much for your time.